Hi everyone, today I want to show you 3 of my favorite glute exercises. These are super home friendly, by the way, so it's not like you need a lot of equipment. So let's start with exercise number 1, the deficit reverse lunge. This has you starting on a step, and it can be this kind of height or just a regular step height, but you're basically stepping down from a higher than ground level. So you're going into basically a very deep lunge. So you step obviously back, but you don't need to step back very far. You're just stepping down really, and then you're going to continue on down as low as you can, getting your hip way lower than your knee, keeping yourself nice and upright. You're going to use your front leg, so grip in with your toes to drive your leg up to standing again. Your whole body comes up to standing. So you go down on one side, weight into the working side, drive yourself up. You're almost like pulling yourself up, really using the hamstrings and glutes to pull yourself and push yourself back up. You're really hammering into the glutes there. So you can go with body weight with these. Maybe it doesn't matter about the rep range. You want to just make sure that whatever rep range you're doing, that it's super challenging. So if you want to go in a lower rep range, maybe 6 reps, then you want to hold a weight to do it, make it tough. So maybe a higher step would be better for people maybe more advanced to do the lower rep range. If you want to do a higher rep range, say 8 to 12, that's usually where I do these, then you can still hold your weight, but you want to make sure that whatever weight you use or whatever reps you're using, when you get to the top rep, that you can't really do anymore. Maybe 1 more, maybe 2 more, but they would be like ones. Okay, so you're really grinding it out by the end. That's the deficit reverse lunge. You can do regular lunges instead, but I like to add the range of movement, because if you're used to training in the gym and now you're at home and you don't have any equipment or very much to load things up like you do in the gym, then just increase the depth. Okay, exercise number 2. The single foot elevated glute bridge. I love this one. Now, I don't really load these so much, and that can be a problem, but let me show you how I can make it more challenging. First of all, place your foot on the bench. Try to get your femur perpendicular to the floor, and I like it because your back is still on the floor and it's more stable. You're going to push down into the bench, not out that way, right? You don't want this tipping over. Push down and up. Squeeze obviously with the glute, and you can go for reps. So you could do like 12, 15 or 20 of these. Body weight just burns like crazy. And another option is, if you don't want to do a million reps, then just go for speed. Right? For these I do speed ones, so I would go just fire up my glutes like crazy. Now, sometimes people will complain that they feel that in their hamstrings and sometimes in their calves. And what I find is just play around with where your foot is actually pressed into the bench. Sometimes if it's maybe too far into the heels, maybe the foot is out too far, bring the foot in closer, go more over, say, the knuckle, or what do you call that, just at the bridge. What's that? I can't remember the name of it now. The knuckle where your big toe is, right? So maybe more closer to that part of your foot, or in the bridge, or just on the bridge part, or the arch part of your heel, so the inner part of your heel. Try different ones. Okay, so that's my second favorite exercise. The third, this was a tough one, right? For my glutes, like I just love a kettlebell swing, but you know, a lot of people may not have kettlebells, so the next best thing is some kind of hinge exercise. So it could be the RDL, and if I was doing an RDL and I had very little in terms of equipment, then say I had just a very light kettlebell, I would do a single leg Romanian deadlift, but I would do a kickstand variation to help with stability. Now you could do just a regular single leg deadlift like this. So when you're doing your single leg, if you're doing a full single leg like this, make sure your whole foot is gripped onto the floor, big toe down, send your hips back, and make sure that they kind of stay level and they don't twist like this. And just go to the knee, right? So send the hips back toward the wall behind you. Go to your hands are at your knee and drive forward with the glutes, right? Slow down, right? Stretch to the back of the leg and drive forward with the glutes. That's one way to really fry your glutes and hamstrings, right? The next one is the kickstand. So what you do, start level, but then put one foot back a little bit, maybe level with your heel of the front foot. Go up on your toe to account for any twisting, right? So this helps keep your hips level. And then, just like you would with the other single leg one, you send the hips back and drive forward, right? Back and drive forward. This is going to be easier. So if you did have anything heavier, like a backpack or something that you could use, you know, go for that. I've done these with a bag of coal. So there's always something you can find, even if it's like a few bags of potatoes put into a rucksack, you know, whatever you can find. So that's the single leg RDL. Once again, rep wise, just go for the highest, the number that's going to give you that feeling of, wow, that was tough. You need to be really close to failure. Doesn't matter what rep range you're in, that's what we need to do. So I kind of like that because it makes things easy, and it means that I'm still going to grow muscle. Doesn't matter what rep range. It means that if you only have time, or if you like doing higher reps, do two sets of massive reps. So maybe like 20, sometimes some of these exercises you can do like 30 reps, and that would be, you know, ultimate rep range for you. I don't like doing high reps like that, not all the time. So most of the time I stay around 6 to 12, sometimes 15. With swings, yes, I would go high. And so that's the only time I would go higher, is with swings. So that's my little wee 3 for glutes. Those are 3 of my favorite exercises. Some other close ones to that, two of my favorites, are squats, goblet squats I love, and other ones, step ups, but they have to be high step ups. So like it would be knee higher than hip. That has to be higher than hip. This, or even more than that, it would be better. This one, because this isn't that high, it's not very challenging for my step up. But if I have like a kitchen chair, that's a good height. Or like a step ladder with 2 little steps, the top step is a good one. But because I only have a low step, I'm going to step back off it and sink down, get a similar effect, because I still have to pull myself up from a deep position, and then go from there. But only do it if you've got good balance. If you don't, then just go for a squat. No point in complicating it. Squat's going to be great as well. But things like this, making glute training easier, making it simple, making it sustainable, and helping you get the most from your full body training with the emphasis on glutes, and getting those strong, shapely glutes to your highest potential, and eating well, eating to support your strength goals, and you know, all of the good things that come with trying to get the most from your training, and an emphasis on recovery as well. So we do want things to be sustainable. We want you to have progress, but we must emphasize the importance of recovery. So all of that good stuff will be included in our new program. I'm excited. It's just me. Coach Marianne is back with Get Glutes. So in the meantime, hope you enjoy this little workout, especially for home at the minute, for anyone locked down. And in the meantime, enjoy it. Happy glutting, and I'll see you soon.